I was doing some reflecting and I wanted to hop on and speak about what was in my mind, and that was March to the Beat of Your Own Drum. I'm sure some of you have heard that before, and I wanted to speak about what it means to me and how I relate it to life. March to the beat of your own drum, not caring what others think, and going with the flow, and just having inner peace. At some point in our life, we were told no, we were not enough, our ideas were stupid, or we didn't have anything to bring to the table. And since then, we have been stuck in silence. And in many ways, even in my own life, I see how it crops up. And I've noticed what I'm come to learn is that in order to be free, you have to come out of the light. You have to be yourself and say exactly what's on your mind. Because otherwise, we don't know what other people are thinking or feeling or their motives. But we become stuck in silence because we're fearful of what other people are going to say about us. And ultimately, that comes down to self-esteem, self-love, how we feel about ourselves. And just because someone says something about you, is that a fact or is that their opinion? March to the beat of your own drum means when people are going to judge you and hate you, that's their opinion. It is not factual. It is based on their own agenda, and who knows what they have going on in their life. When we internalize it and we take it personal and we say, oh, I must be flawed, I must be defective because they said so, that's when we lose the battle. Because we're losing our sense of ourself. And even playing that persona and putting that mask on and pretending to be somebody that you're not, that gets old. It gets tiring over time because you're just somebody who you're actually not. And all you want to do is just be free and be yourself. Chances are, most of the time, whatever you're thinking, somebody else is thinking. And I find it really interesting when a person is themselves and they will get criticized by some, but then after, people will say, you know, I give you a lot of props for being real and saying exactly what's on your mind. And it just goes to show how confused some people are, and just keep it real. Real recognize real. Keep it real with yourself, and whoever is meant to cross your path, who's ever meant to come into your life, just trust it. Not everybody is meant to be there. I believe in seasons, and the saying "this too shall pass" has really been on my mind recently because I've been going through a lot in the last few weeks, and no matter what, I just remember that this too shall pass. It's like seasons. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, and that's the thing we call life. It's a matter of just going with the flow and how we carry ourselves, the energy that we portray out into the world. It speaks volume. And things come to us when we least expect it. When you're grinding and you're working on yourself and you're doing what you need to do, that's when blessings start to come because the hard work is acknowledged and people want to be around people who see you better than yourselves. And if it's on the opposite perspective, you don't want to be around people who don't allow you to grow or don't challenge you to grow. So this message is for anybody who's struggling with self-doubt, self-fear, or just feeling like they're not enough. What you have is enough, and everybody, each and every one of us, we have a gift inside of us. Whether it's to help people, to motivate, you cook, you clean, you bake, whatever it may be, find that purpose, and that will give you a sense of being, a sense of happiness. For my own self, I have a plan today. Today's actually the last day that I will complete my KSAC, 350 hours, and it's been the last 4 months. And now that I'm on the other side and I'm looking forward to the next step, I'm already saying, well, what's next? It's such a blessing to be able to get there and say, I followed the plan, I took the steps, and now I'm here. The amount of time that has gone by has been so quick because I've just been busy. I've been working on myself, bettering myself, and don't shortchange yourself. You've come a long way. I know I have. I've come a long way from 2.5 years ago, where I was, to where I am today. Such a blessing. So many good things are happening. Not to say that things don't happen or negative things don't challenge us and trigger you. It's about how you just roll with the flow. March to the beat of your own drum. Don't let somebody else's opinion become a fact. People are going to sway you based on how they feel. They're going to give you their opinion whether you like it or not. And it's up to us to protect our peace. Whatever we have to do, if we have to cut that person out of our life and just continue to work on ourselves, you don't owe everybody an explanation. The most important thing is protecting yourself. And over time, you'll start to see how liberating it is just to be yourself and not care. It doesn't even matter at the end of the day. When all is said and done, I'd rather live with rejection rather than regret. As I sit here and I think a little bit more, I think about how we were all stuck in silence, especially when we were younger, and then as we matured and we grew, some of those habits were still ingrained in us, and we're just silent. We're afraid to speak. We're afraid to be that person that we're meant to be. And all I gotta say to that is, why not see what God has for you? Why not give it everything that you have and just see what else is out there? If you're not happy with the life that you live in, you gotta make some changes. I've been working in the hospitality industry most of my life for the past 20 years. Worked in some pretty high-end restaurants, high-end hotels, good positions too. And I've just decided to make a career change because it wasn't serving me anymore, and I didn't feel any inner peace, any happiness. It was the working conditions, it was the triggers that came with it, the long hours, the low pay. And it's been a very humbling experience, because even now with this transition, I'm taking these jobs that are beginner level pay when I'm used to getting paid double. I'm understanding and I'm learning that I have to start from somewhere and I have to work my way up just like anybody else. And the difference is today I have goals. I have a long-term vision. There's a bigger end game in sight. And these are just the steps that I need to take to get to where I want to be. And having that plan in place rather than just going from job to job, make a little bit more crumbs, it's you move with a different walk. You carry yourself different, because it's like, all right, I know what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to set out to do. And I'm not going to let anybody get in the way of that. If I do something, if I say something, I'm going to do it. And to me, that's marching to the beat of your own drum, is not allowing others to persuade you or give you, even if they give you their opinion, it doesn't faze you, because you're so set on your goals and your dreams. We're like, you know what? That's your opinion. And to go a little bit step beyond that, we all have something in us that we've been wanting to do for a while, but we've just been stuck. And I'm just going to encourage you to really take a look at that. Don't miss that, because that will ultimately set you free. When you have purpose and you're working towards something that you really want, you put your mind to something and you do it, you feel good. I'm running a half marathon in a few days. I never thought I'd be running. It's coming up. I feel ready, and I'm proud of myself that I've graduated this KSAT course, this 4-month course. I'm running this half marathon, and I'm ready for the next thing.